Well, I think we found a good corn yesterday. How many bushels do you think you can haul today?
I can promise you I ain't gonna give them tires time to cool off.
Think we can get 11, 12,000 one day? Well, I know I can get it shells. The problem's gonna be getting it all hauled.
We can get out of that corner into where I'm not gonna have a problem pulling in and out. I'm gonna roll along as fast as I can.
All right, it is 2 days later. Skies are finally cleared. Back out here in the cornfield getting everything serviced. We got rained out the other day. We're able to come back and get another 2 loads cut late that evening. Yesterday, rained all the way through like 2 o'clock, just real light showers, not enough to get anything muddy, but didn't hardly get much done yesterday. We did get out here and we got the drill filled up with our new blend of cover crop seed, got the drill calibrated, and we did get 1 load of corn cut last night. Actually, Zach got 1 load of corn cut, gave him a chance to operate the combine. Zach get a little seat time on the combine tonight. I think it's about full. Yeah, I still hadn't forgotten how to load a truck. Been a while though. Well, we're getting everything serviced, ready to go. Hopefully have a big day today. I don't know how many bushels we'll get put out today because we got to do our Ncga yield competition plot today, and that's going to take some time because we have to, we can't weigh that with our grain buggy. We've got to cut our, I think it's 1.25 acres, then we actually got to carry the truck to a certified scale, have it weighed, dumped, come back. So that'll slow us down a little bit, but also kind of let us know where we stand, you know, in Tennessee as far as high yield. So I think we're going to have a pretty good plot today. You know, hopefully it's in the, you know, by my previous highs, I think 260 bushels an acre, and I hope we top that today. We'll finish getting things serviced and start putting some corn out. We got old Roy started drilling cover crops this morning. In case you didn't know, Roy is a landlord of mine. He's a former farmer. They grew row crops a long time ago, but up until he retired was growing mainly cattle with his brothers. But nothing else he likes better do than getting out on the tractor and driving. So he does a lot of my cover crop planting for me throughout the year. He's 78 years old and hadn't slowed down a bit. Well, it ain't taking long to pump out the bushels in this big bottom. I hope it's all like this.
Welcome to farming in the city. Yeah, it's great. I changed roles this morning a little bit. So I brought the semi-truck out, Helga. Usually I bring her out in the mornings while the guys are getting everything ready to go. Zach sprayed inrows today, pretty sure. We got Roy out here on the drill, and Zach is getting Matt in the bottom, so I'm just waiting for him to come up here. When I tried to first pull in, there was a gentleman who was stuck on the road, and he was right at the entrance to turn this big old girl in. I went around him perfectly and didn't hit him, thank God. It's a very dangerous intersection out here. And came back to get the service truck because I didn't want him to sit there. And not only that, but if Zach tried to leave or I tried to leave, there's no way we'd be able to get out of the entrance. So, ow, it's loud. Squirrel moment. So I took the service truck up there. I was like, hey, do you need help? And he's like, yeah, the locking pin to his trailer keeps coming out. And I said, well, I think I have an extra one. I went in the service truck, got one, hooked him up, and he was able to go about his way. And he said, were you driving that truck? I said, yes, sir, I was. He said, wow, you were fantastic, professional. That made my day. He called me professional. Welcome to the city. Can't even hear yourself think. It's freaking road traffic. So it only takes 30 seconds out of your day to just stop and ask someone if they need help. I'm pretty sure 15 people went by him before anyone even stopped. But why not stop? I mean, especially somebody who's broke down and we're a farm, I'm gonna stop because I have a service truck and I could probably help you get out of a very awful position where you're at. Plus, I really needed him to move so we could get the truck out. But it is really about helping people, so he was just very thankful. So you know what? 30 seconds out of my day while I'm waiting, I help somebody out, and complete stranger, don't even care. But the fact that he called me professional, I have arrived. Yeah, I take pride in driving Helga, so I guess I'm just gonna wait on Zach. Come on up here in the meantime. Listen to the beautiful sounds of Jackson, Tennessee traffic.
Where did you go?
I'm back over here in the back corner at the bottom where we're going to do the Ncga block. So were you able to get grain buggy completely emptied?
Yes. Are you? Okay, so how are we doing this?
I've got to shell 1,520 feet to get my 1.25 acres, and I'm going to do it all on this one pass, and then we'll dump in the grain buggy, and then you just got to wait for Zach to get back. He's going to get the truck weighed at the certified scale over at the gin, and we'll dump what we got on him, and he'll go to the gin and get it weighed full. We'll know what it did.
Hey man, after I weigh full, do you want me to go ahead and swing?
Alright, after you weigh the plot, just go on to the grain bins and dump it before you come back.
Alright, so we got something a little bit different going on today. I know we say that probably 5 times a harvest, but we are doing the Ncga, or National Corn Growers Association, high yield test plot today. So I am headed to town. There's a certified scale in town. I'm headed to go get my truck weighed empty and back out to the field. Matt is going to get his plot cut. We're going to get the truck loaded back up, take another 4-mile trek back into town, get weighed, loaded, and we're going to figure up exactly what our yield for this high yield test plot is going to be.
Alright, I think I got a pretty good spot picked out. I know on the pass right next to it coming down, I was hitting over 300 in several
Matt,
places.
Roy has caught up to us down here, but doesn't want to run into us, so should he just come back in like 2 hours or so, or what?
Yeah, that's fine. Or just tell him to take off the rest of the day and come in. He come in tomorrow. Maybe we'll have this bottom done by then. Open my sieves all the way up to make sure I don't throw anything out the back. I don't know. It's looking good. My hope is it'll do 285 is what my hope is. I always did this because this entry would also be my entry into the local yield competition, which I placed. I never actually won it, but I did place corn and soybeans. This year the co-op, for whatever reason, is not running a competition, so mine's going into the national competition. That's the only thing that this is for, which I know I don't have any hope of placing in it. You know, we're on 38-inch rows, and I don't, you know, intensively manage a small spot strictly for the competition. So this is going to be about as close to an honest yield as what you can get. But it's still fun to do and fun to see what the, you know, the high yield people. Just in case you're wondering, the national record for corn yield, I may be wrong. I want to say it's 530 or 560 bushels per acre, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. It may have been surpassed. I know Randy Dowdy did like 531 or 537 one year, and then David Hula, he surpassed that in another year. So I know we're gonna be far off of what the actual national record is. But then again, I don't manage for extremely high competition yields either. You know what? The same thing I do to all my other fields. You know, for me, the name of the game is making a very good profit, not trying to set national records. Nothing wrong with that though, but that's just not what I'm shooting for. Alright, we're still up there around 300. We're fixing to get to a dip here, a waterway. That's going to hurt the yield some. Alright, just dropped down like 236. Come on, get back up there. We're in the 250s. It's kind of fluctuating back and forth between 250 and 290.
Doesn't Jake have to ride with you or something?
No, he verified that the grain tank was empty.
So this is all you need to show?
The minimum I need to shell is 1.25 acres. I can shell.
And I think I've hit every armadillo hole that you already shelled all the corn for. So what does your yield monitor say?
Anywhere from 250 to a tad over 300. Alright, it looks like we got to go about another 75 yards to where my county extension agent is standing right down there. We got another waterway here. That's going to hurt the average a tad. Alright, that's got our 1.25 acres. Let's see what the scales on the grain buggy says. A little clue of what we done. I'm gonna leave my separator running as long as possible, try and catch every stray kernel that's there in the combine. Alright, need to collect a grain sample here. We gotta have a
sample, man.
shake the combine back and forth. Try and dislodge any grain left in the tank there. Alright, Kelly, how many pounds we got?
19,280. Says he's gonna walk back to his truck. He needs the exercise.
Alright, 19,280 divided by 56 pounds a bushel. It's 344.28 bushels that we cut, divided by 1.25. Comes in 275 bushels an acre. A little shy of what I was hoping, but still really good. Now that number probably go down. The official number probably go down some because we got moisture shrink. I think my moisture test showing is around about 17.5% moisture. So that'll come down, but it should. I think it's probably still going to beat the 260 bushels it did last year. I'll let you know the official numbers as soon as Jake gets them all figured up here. We're on the long rows now here in this big bottom. Probably about half done with it. And these long rows, I got to dump twice on each pass. So I mean, you're looking at 600 bushels plus per pass. We're still going to be down here a little while.
This morning I went out to the summer cover crop field and was picking gourds and pumpkins and checking on some of them that may not make it because they're getting choked out with all the rest of the stuff that Matt has out there. So next year though, I've asked Matt to let me have like half an acre of just gourds and pumpkins. I think it'd be a great addition to our zombie trail to kind of just sell on the side. And I enjoy going out there and seeing them. They're pretty cool. There's a lot more out there. Guess I'm gonna try and go tomorrow morning because tomorrow they're calling for rain again, and I want to get out there before I have to come out here in the mornings. Usually in the mornings I get up, take the kids to school, make lunches, do like 2-3 loads of laundry, whatever else Matt needs me to do, run for parts, run to the store to get groceries. The other night I had to get groceries at 8 o'clock at night, so I have a long day every day, but it's harvest.
All right, we're back at it again today. We had to get a couple cookie cutter fields right on the Madison County line knocked out, and we are into the heart of the bottom ground that I've been anxious to get into for about 6 weeks now in Madison County, and it is not disappointing. It is all that I can do to keep up with this one truck. I think right now we're on our 6th truck. We're running like a 210, 215 average on this farm right now. Last night we cut a truckload, and the yield monitor I was seeing in the combine was averaging from 230 to 287. So some really awesome yields. It's a little bit wetter than what the other stuff we were cutting here in Crockett County, so we've moved to the new bin number 4. We've actually already got about 16,000 bushels in here that we've cut. So I'm just gonna head up here and try to get a comparison on what my numbers are showing compared to what we're actually showing in the bin. Just tap on the wall a little bit. We're about 3.5 rings up, about 1/3 of the way full, so numbers ain't too far off. It's a 45,000 bushel bin, so we still got a ways to go before we get it up to the roof. But if these numbers keep trucking along like they are right now, in a day or two we'll be pushing on the roof.
Another big load headed off to the bin. Kelly's getting a workout today.
When I left the field, he was down there. How do you lose an entire combine? Hello? Hello? What? This is a fun day.
Waiting again. This has definitely become a theme in this field. It literally takes no time at all to get a full bin. I think to show you just how quickly we get a truckload shelled, I'll set up a short time lapse after I unload and show you how quickly we get everything filled up. Alright, let's see how long this takes. Right at 20 minutes, about 1,200 bushels. I guarantee you Zach maybe is just now getting back to the grain bins to unload. Well, that just gives you kind of an idea how good this corn here in Madison County is doing. I mean, my monitor showing average for the field is 224 bushels per acre. That's including a hill up there that was thin, didn't do all that well, plus all the way around the edges of this field. Makes for a lot of time waiting. We could definitely use an extra truck, but the times we actually need an extra truck, an extra driver, really isn't that all that often, so it really doesn't justify the cost. So we'll just suffer through with waiting a little bit, but you know what? I don't mind one bit having to deal with this at all. I'd rather take this over low yields and get a lot of acres covered in a hurry any day of the week.
So it's 4:30 and we are on number 6 for the day. 5 full trucks and 1 truck for the Ncga plot, so, or contest or something. I don't know. I think that's what we were doing. Matt literally goes down halfway and then is full. So lots of waiting on Zach to get back. He's about 8 miles away. And he's unloading it as fast as he can, usually averaging between 46 and 48. So big old girl got to get up the hill. There is a hill over there, and there's a different one that go down to get down. It's like right over there, but you don't want to pull this buggy up it. So that's what we're doing. It's a beautiful day. Got some pictures of the combine finally. Maybe we'll get a good sunset in too. Not much other to report from me other than I go get the corn and I dump the corn. I get the corn and I dump the corn. And then while I'm waiting, I get out and walk around because sitting in this thing hurts your hips. So nothing else to report from me today. I'm listening to an audiobook and some music and catching up on the crappy news. That's about it. So, whoa. And dodging all the armadillo holes. Come on, big girl. That's pretty much the update from me.
Yeah.
Hey Jake, how's it going?
It's going, bud.
Well, you got my yield figured yet?
Not yet. I'm fixing to get it. I left Burrell's and come straight home, so I'm just now pulling in the driveway, and I'm fixing to go in there and figure it up for you.
All right, holler at me and let me know, man.
All right, man. I'll do it.
Thank you. Well, I just got the official results in from my Ncga yield trial, and a little disappointed. Yield came in at 256.3440 bushels per acre, so that's actually a little under last year by 4 bushels an acre. I really thought it was going to do higher. I guess I must not have the moisture meter on this combine dialed in quite like it needs to. Moisture must have been higher and lost more bushels due to moisture than what I was expecting. But anyway, definitely won't place in any standings, but 256 bushels per acre on 1.25 acres. Really can't complain about that. It definitely would have done higher if I didn't have those 2 little drains to go through where the yield really dropped down. I know that hurt me some too, but anyway, awesome yields, man. I can't complain about that. All right, we finally got done with Big Bottom down there. Now we got a 20-acre hill, last field on this farm. Then we got another farm right across the tree line with some more high yielding. So the corn on this hill is not going to be near as good as what's down there in the bottom, so we should be able to mow on along through it a little bit quicker. Just depending on how quickly Zach can keep it hauled away.
I tell you what, we've been trucking on along today. Even for being in Jackson traffic, doing our Ncga plot today, I think that I've hauled right at 11,000 bushels for the day, which is a pretty productive day. But in my book, the coolest thing about today is on the radio right now. I know Matt brought it up a couple videos ago about the town of Waverly, Tennessee, having their catastrophic flash flood last month. The horrific loss of life that happened, property damage and everything, and one of the things that was lost was the Waverly school system. So pretty cool things happening right now. The Tennessee Titans stepped up and purchased new gear for the team and offered up Nissan Stadium for them to play a couple of their home games at. And tonight, it is September the 16th. Waverly is having their senior night and homecoming at Nissan Stadium. To kind of put icing on the cake, Mike Keith, the voice of the Titans, kind of unanimously voted an executive decision. Well, if the Titans are going to go through all of this and offer up Nissan Stadium, we can give them one more and have a full-blown NFL broadcast for these high schoolers who have lost literally everything in some cases. So I'm sitting here with some goosebumps tonight, listening to the radio, listening to Mike Keith. I'm a huge Titans fan. Listening to Mike Keith and Coach call a high school football game with just as much enthusiasm as if the Titans were Super Bowl bound tonight. So I think it's a pretty awesome thing that the Titans have done. I know it's not going to replace what happened to the folks of that town, but for a little while they can forget about the flood and they can just enjoy an experience that not many can say they had happen in their lives. So it's a pretty awesome thing. Pretty proud to be a Titans fan today.
Our Amy Wells has sidelines for us tonight. Amy, talk to me about the atmosphere down on the field.
Oh my gosh, Mike, it's bananas down here. Everybody is having so much fun. They played a video on the big boards right before the game started. A bunch of Titans saying congratulations and that we're thinking about the Waverly football team. Obviously, the stadium went absolutely bananas when Derrick Henry popped up on that screen and said that he had been thinking about the Waverly football team.
Easton is back in the backfield. He'll get a carry on the right side, trying to turn the corner. He does. 35, 40, 45, nice move, 50, and he's taken down by Harper in Blue Devil territory. It's a first down for the Titans.
That was a very nice run. That was a hand sweep.
How about that Mike Keith? And sideline reporters it too, man. That's freaking awesome. That's one thing I don't like about Pioneer 1464. It's a heck of a high yielder, but once that corn dies, the tops of it turn to crap. The other end of the field, a lot of them kind of broke off, and we haven't even had any adverse weather to break them off. I thought yields up on this hill weren't going to be quite as good. That's a pretty stout hill ground right there. Moisture's dropped down some up here, definitely though. Well, barring anything unforeseen, that'll make 11 loads at say 1,100 bushels a load. That'll make over 12,000 bushels for the day. So we didn't get our 12,000 bushels the other day because we got rained out. But it looks like we're going to do it today, a day later. And we could have done more if we didn't mess around with that Ncga plot today. I can guarantee you we could have gotten at least one more, possibly two more loads in. Pretty dang good day. And if we had this good of a corn at home close to our bins, to where Kelly didn't have to wait on Zach to dump and get back here, there's no telling how many bushels we could run through in a day. I bet it wouldn't be any problem doing 20, 23,000 bushels in a day.
And even gave them the touchdown Tiger yield.
Zach's listening to that ball game too. Well, this should have us another truckload here. Our bin's just about full. Grain bucket's filled up. So get down this end. Reckon we're gonna call it a day. Get the combine blowed off and see you back out here again in the morning.
And just like that, we're done for the day. Waiting on Zach to come back, and we'll start all over tomorrow morning.
9:15. Been rocking and rolling for 10 and a half, 11 hours. This is the first time the truck has shut off all day. I think I've hauled just shy of 13,000 bushels today. That's about as productive as you can get with a 35-minute round trip and some good 200 plus bushel acre corn. I think we're gonna call it a day. Start again tomorrow.